I want to talk to you today about one of my favourite topics, which is where energy meets psychology. My background is in psychology, and I studied psychology as my degree, and I then went on to study positive psychology. So psychology was the thing that I found in college, aged 18, and like really lit me up, that led me on that journey to positive psychology that then really changed my life and has since changed my business as well. So we've got this science angle, the neuroscience around how positive psychology and psychology can help us, and we can meet this with the energy side as well. And as we know, everything is energy anyway, but I just love, I love this geeky science side that we have around this stuff, and I love the energy aspect working with it as well. And it is how feminine energy and leading from our feminine and leading with our energy in mind is then also backed up scientifically by the science of positive psychology. And I applied this process to my life, to my business, for quite a while without realising that it was one of the same. And in particular, positive psychology, when we do things that light us up and things that make us feel good and using our strengths and really leading from this energy of what feels good, what feels joyful for us, we start to have these incredible things happen in the brain. Now, the reason that positive psychology works so well is because our brains are wired to be like caveman brains. So they don't know the difference between stressful situations and a tiger attacking us. And they're on the back foot all the time. So this is the basic level, is that positive psychology practices, bringing in more joy, more elevated emotions into your life, is going to shut down the fight or flight mode. It's going to help to regulate your nervous system. It's going to help you to feel safe on that basic, simple physiological level. And there's so much more as well. There's so much more to this, okay? So when we flood the brain with the things that make us feel good, with these positive emotions, the joy, the nourishment, we become more resilient as well. This is great if you're a bit neurospicy like me as well, when you flood the brain with these positive emotions. So on a well-being, well-being is the first layer, okay? This stuff is great for well-being, and I've taught this in many organisations across the world in terms of that well-being practices that they need, the basic practices when it comes to well-being. And then we can take this a layer and a layer and a layer further. So when we view it as just well-being, it's that first layer. It's how do we get from okay to good, or okay to flourishing? And then we can go, how do we bring this not just into a space of well-being and flourishing, but how do we bring this into a space of absolute joy and happiness and pleasure and nourishment every single day? So we can build up this concept of positive psychology, and this is ultimately what the pleasure queen is all about, okay? And this is why she's a pleasure queen. This is why she's not a happiness queen or a well-being queen or a just all right, I'm just okay queen. No, she is pleasure queen. So she is led by pleasure. She's led by that joy, by that nourishment. I'm looking at my lovely purple blanket. That is what leads her, and that is how she leads. It's not that she needs, this is another thing, right? It's not that she needs these things because she is burnt out, because she needs rest, because she needs recharge, because she's done all of these things and she's now tired and she's now depleted, oh yeah, now let's bring in some positive psychology. That's not how it works, okay? We want to be leading with these practices, and this is who the Pleasure Queen, which is going to be week 1 of Quantum Femme. I'm so excited. This is a 3-week program. We're going to be working through Pleasure Queen, Shadow Queen and Quantum Queen, which are all really important stages in your embodiment and alignment journey. So very much this combination of bringing together psychology and bringing together energy is this embodiment of Pleasure Queen, and she leads from this space.